It's a lovely summer's day in Brisbane, Australia. This is Secret of My House bidding you welcome to another pickup video. Alright, let's get excited, get hyped. But we don't get hyped at Secret of My House, we stay hyped. Because there's always good deals to be had, there's always bargains to find, and we always find them. And this week, we didn't find too many. That's a bit of a lie. I found one thing that I consider to be a bargain. A stellar bargain? Maybe. Maybe. And once again, I have an announcement at the end of this video. I didn't get to the announcement at the end of my last one. I got distracted by, as Vampire Mike would call it, Silent Hill. It was not originally a Silent Hill reference, but now it is. Alright, so I'll try to keep this one short, just because the 30 to 45 minute thing, I'm still going on about that. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to try and get through it quickly or just waffle on forever. And because I'm waffling on right now, I think I've made my decision. But there's no time like the present, so I'll get to showing a few things. As you've noticed, I'm outside again. We haven't done this view in quite a while, actually. I think 2 months, maybe. I can show you the lovely nature scene around my house. My cat is downstairs frolicking. So she won't be annoying me in this video. But there's no time like the present, so let's start showing a few items. The first items I have to show arrived a few weeks ago. Actually, I just never bothered to show them. I try not to unbox stuff on camera because when I get something in the mail, I'll unbox it there and then so that I can give someone feedback on it. I'm not going to wait a month or something and then do it, because that's not fair to the seller. But the two items I bought were 2 Super Nintendo games costing a total of $5 shipped. And they're not Super Nintendo, they're Super Famicom. 2 very cheap titles. Super Puyo Pop, I believe that is, though I'm not exactly sure on what it's called, but I know it's in the Puyo Pop series because it has that mascot character, that anime chick, and a RPG, which is shit. It's bad. Draken. It's not even an RPG where you need to know Japanese to play it properly. You can just roam around the world attacking things. These were $5 shipped total, not each, total. That's a really good deal. That's like $2.50 each. I can't actually play this yet, though I did play this one on an emulator. Oh no, emulator. I'm going to wait until my Retron 5 comes in before I can actually play them. I'll need to wait until then. A machine for which I am hyped. The Retron 5 is... Dear God, what is that? I was seeing what... Oh God. I was seeing where I put my Super Nintendo games, and apparently it's moist. I need to clean this area. Someday I will clean this area. Now you know why I don't film out here very often. Because this isn't my area, this is like a shared area where we just dump everything. So like, there's 2 beers here, there's that abomination that I think used to be a rice cake. That's scary stuff, but let's move on from that, try and forget about it. Ah, the sound of birds frolicking. But let's try and move past it and onto something a little more happy. That isn't a moldy rice cake. Alright. In fact, it isn't really happy news. It's this thing. I probably won't even insert the game footage for it or the hunting footage because there's no point. I went into a random charity store and they had nothing. They had a few overpriced games that I wasn't going to buy. You know, random sports title on the PS3 that was $10. Whatever, they can keep it for the next guy. They had this and I was interested for $3, but it had no disc. Guy gave me the case for free. I'm appreciative. I offered him 50 cents but he wouldn't take it. And I forgot to show this for the Super Nintendo items. the person sent me a little message. Dear Anthony, thank you, I can't read upside down, very much. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, some name. It's very nice of the guy. Very, very nice. And yes, the name is Anthony. Don't forget it. Alright. What should I do now? Yeah, let's do this one. A new JB Hi-Fi opened up near me. Nothing too special in there, but a few items that I ended up grabbing. 2 items, actually. One of them was a buck, but it doesn't have the label on anymore because I cleaned it. The other one I didn't. But the items are Beta Rater. What a horrible name for a video game. It might as well be masturbation. That was only a buck. I have seen that everywhere for $5 to $10, so for a single dollar, that's my price range for it, even if I'm never going to play it. If it's $2 or under, it's good condition, and I don't have it in the collection, it's going in the collection. God damn, these cars are loud. Hope you can't hear that on camera. Or off in the internet world, wherever you people live. The next item I have confused me greatly until I realized there was nothing to be confused about. The thing I was confused about was just part of the game's fucking title. It is Star Ocean: The Last Hope International. That's where I got confused. Why would they call it International? Unless there was like some kind of international version or something, but no. It works fine on my PlayStation 3, so I must assume it's the European release. But for $5 an RPG I don't have. Deal. Good deal. I probably won't play it a whole lot, but it seems to have favourable reviews. Yeah. So that was from there, it was a new store, so I wasn't expecting it to have very much stock, but the stock they did have was fine. And the crazy thing is, there's another store 100 meters down the road that's the exact same. So there's one JB Hi-Fi, and then 100 meters down the road there's another one. They're popping up on every street corner, video games everywhere. As long as they're cheap, I'm happy. But while I was in the area, I also went to a cash converters. It was just my local one at Intrapilli. The one I always talk about that has great customer service, great prices, a lot of good stock. And God, did they have good stock this time. They had, just to list off random, a copy of Transformers Fall of Cybertron, which is the newer one that was released in 2012 for $7. They had Bioshock Infinite, the new Tomb Raider, the reboot, and Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix. I was going to buy all 3 of them for $7 each, and I took them up to the counter along with a bunch of other games, ready to pay like $30 for all of them. One after the other as they got scanned in. Sold on webshop, sold on webshop, sold on webshop. So, what went from a pile of 5 became a pile of 2, and that's what I don't like. I was really looking forward to getting that Kingdom Hearts one as well. I'm trying to get back into Kingdom Hearts. I know I don't like it. I don't really like it that I'm playing now, but I don't know. I'm trying to play more Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm like 13 hours in or something. But the 2 items I did grab are, they're what they are. They are what they are. They're not the greatest items. I rather would have had the 3 that I described before, but some asshole who is too lazy to get off their butt and go to an actual store location outbid me on an auctioning site for them. In an auction that I didn't even know existed. It's fair. It's totally fair. One of the 2 things I did get, I grabbed for the PlayStation 3, Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon. This goes for some money. Which is weird because it's such a bad game. I see it all the time, like 20 to 30 something odd dollars, and I've just never been willing to pay that. $7 would be the most I would pay for this. Even my friend is trying to sell me this, and I can finally rub it in his face, and I got a copy for $7 instead of the freaking 15 that he wants. I would probably never play that, because it's a bad game. But I do like the other two Destroy All Human games. They're alright. They're not bad. And a random movie. So, from 5 really good games to 2 random items. That's how we work it in Secret of My House, but the movie, in case anyone really cares, is Outland, with Sean Connery from 1981, Cops in Space. Sounds amazing, and it is something that I will watch and love. And I have hunting footage for this next lot of stuff, so I play that here. Wow. Actually sorted the place out. It's almost livable. Ow. This one's here as always, but as before, yeah. That's awful. We are back. Now, as you probably saw, the store I went in, the tip shop, did not have a lot. I thought it would have a bit more because it was the opening day, or like the day they open during the week, so they only open Saturday and Sunday, so they usually get a large array of stock in during the weekdays, but nope, didn't have much. So I was kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel, but I didn't want to leave with nothing. I saw a few like comic book things that I thought were kind of cool, but they're for series I don't really like manga, Japanese comics. I don't read them anymore, so there's no real point to pick them up, even if they are $5 for $1. But the things I did pick up for $3 each, I picked up Hot Wheels Extreme Racing for the PlayStation 1 collection, and it has a freestyle scooter manual in there. But the back is Hot Wheels Extreme Racing, so I don't know. I already have a copy of Freestyle Scooter. So if anyone wants the manual insert, just tell me, I'll send it to you for free. And I don't have Hot Wheels Extreme Racing, and it's not bad. It's a vehicular combat game, it's not awful. It's not great or anything, but for $3 I can't complain all that much, though I will. I will complain until my heart runs dry and I am out of breath. Which I almost was right then. And the other game I grabbed, also for $3, is a Mega Drive game. It's a sports game, but any game to the Mega Drive collection is a welcome addition to the Mega Drive collection. It is PGA Tour Golf 2. I thought I already had this, and I thought I had paid $2 for it years and years ago, but no, the one I had was PGA Tour Golf 3, so if anybody has PGA Tour Golf, the original, message me, we'll work something out. Not that I really want it, but Oh well. And, yeah, no manual. The manual is on break, I'm afraid. You'll have to call this next of kin. I will show those... No, I will show those now. Alright. EB Games has been having a fantastic deal. You buy a bunch of games, and then you get free wasabi sauce. It's completely free, it's totally nutritious, and no one has ever made a fool of themselves on camera by trying to taste test it. That's good wasabi. It's not even wasabi, it's fucking... What do they make it out of these days? Horseradish and mayo? Can't buy good wasabi anymore. Ah! That gets the blood flowing. Alright, I'll show these now that I'm a wee bit wired. I've been asleep for the last ever. Yes. At EB Games, they give you a packet of wasabi that I totally did not nick from a local sushi place while my brother was buying sushi. Ow. But the local EB Games has been having a very good deal lately. They're separated... Oh. They've separated stuff into lots. Give me more of that wasabi, I want some more. Ah. Alright. Local EB Games has been doing a good deal where they've separated stuff into categories 2 for 10, 2 for 20, 2 for 30, 2 for 40, and I'm only interested in the 2 for 10. So for $5 each, I bought a few games, one of which was actually released last year, which is pretty surprising considering it released for like $50. And that is Dark on the PC. It is a okay, not great, stealth game where you play as a vampire. It's not the greatest game, but it's something to pass the time. Left 4 Dead, and the reason this was so cheap is because GameSpy or something is shutting down the server for it, I think. Alien vs. Predator, I have that on the 360 and it's pretty good. And Frozen Synapse or Synapse, I don't know which one it is. So those are all on trade-ins actually. I traded in a few items, actually the items that I bought last week for the purposes of trading in. That cost me I think $9 total, so for $9 total, those 4. Good job everyone. And while I was in the area, I went to a random thrift store. They didn't have any games. It's the same thrift store, McIntyre Center, I believe it's called, that had the Road Avenger Mega CD game for $2 that I bought. And now whenever I walk by, I need to go in to check. When a place has something once, they must have something again. That's how it works up here. But that stuff was awful. I did not do horseradish. But it did have one thing I was kind of interested in, and so I bought it. It is something I do not want at all, but for the sake of the collection, Street Fighter, the soundtrack, the official soundtrack of Street Fighter the movie from 1994 or 5? 1994. And this is absolutely awful. It has a song by LL Cool J, one by Ice Cube, it's one by Nas. It's not bad. Or Nas? I don't remember his name. Lester from the Thrift Brother likes him. That's all I know. He won't stop raving on about him. Or at least he used to. I don't know, Lester's kind of quiet now. Ever since he became ignorant, but that's alright. Also, while I was in the area, I hit up another JB Hi-Fi. The one that's 100 meters away from the last one I showed. And they only had a single game that I really had any interest in. So I bought it, as you do. And it was only a single dollar, which was the really amazing part. I was chatting with the person at the counter, and they were like, wow, a single dollar? That is insanely cheap. And I was like, yeah, it is. Good score on my part. And it is Bakugan. I'm sure I slaughtered the translation on that. Defenders of the Core. You see there, $1. No idea what it's about. I know it's based on a kind of kids TV show where, kind of like Beyblades or something. You know, where they throw a toy down and the toy comes to life. That's the extent of my knowledge. But for a single dollar, the game could be a screen that says, go F yourself, and I'd still buy it. Hell, I'd buy that for serious money. That kind of thing would become expensive later on. But the piece de resistance, the item that I said was a hell of a deal, which it was a fantastic deal. I've been looking to get a spare of this console slash handheld to narrow it down a bit. For the longest time, the one I own is just in absolutely awful condition. The thumbstick on it has come off. So there's literally only a stick pointing out of the system for me to use. The face buttons don't work like they should. The screen is scratched. From when I bought it in 2006, it has served me well. But now, it's finally being replaced by this guy. The PSP Model 1002, which is one model higher than my one. I have the PS3 1001, the old system. It was $20, which is insane. I paid like $400 for my one back in like 2006, so for $20, that's crazy. And it's in the box. And the reason it was $20 is because it had "won't turn on" written on it, which I had a small look at it, and I will show you what the problem was. And I'm guessing a solid lot of you will laugh your ass off, as did some of the people in the store after I explained it to them. Yeah. This is the PSP, as you see. It turns on, powers up perfectly, works like a champion. And this is the cable it came with. The cable that they called the charging cable. Now, I didn't realize it at first, but after I thought about it a little, because I put it down and started walking off. And then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, hold on a minute. The PSP doesn't automatically start charging once you put in this cable. You need to go into the menu and click USB connect to make it start charging. So because this had a dead battery, you couldn't charge it using this cable. However, my regular charger at home that goes in there, that charges this perfectly. I put it in for a minute and it works. It works, it powers on, it reads games. It's better than my one. I also grabbed the game that was within it, which was only a single dollar. SWAT Target Liberty. Let's get that sticker off of there. Good enough. SWAT Target Liberty, which is a horrible game. But that's not all. This system came with some Brucey bonuses. The person forgot to log out of their PlayStation Network account, and they downloaded a bunch of games to their memory stick. So on here we have Metal Gear Solid, Oddworld, Cooler World, and Front Mission 3. That's fantastic. $20 for all that, plus the demo disc that came with it, and like all the inserts and all the paperwork. That's great, I love that. And so I bought that, and that's the pickup of the week. Easily. Yeah, and that is everything. So, let's get on to this announcement that I was going to make. The announcement is that I will be holding a Q&A at some point. I will be announcing it formally in the future, and... What the fuck are they? I'm sorry, we're being invaded by space. I'll tell you in the next video. It's a secret of my house. Bidding you farewell, stay out of my discourse. Well, I'm gonna pass those two.
Three dollars each?
Yeah, I'll take three. You have change for a 50. Interesting. I knew I heard rustling during the video. Come on, let's go scare the shit out of this thing. You're not doing your job. Off she goes. Now it is Secret of my house bidding you farewell.